and welcome to game 1 of the final match against Mollo8. You will notice if you watch the other videos that I call game 2, game 1. We played game 1 separate from games 2, 3, and 4, and I forgot about it until now. So the order will be right in the label below the video, but my words might not make sense. It won't match with that. Anyways, new cards. We've seen the student, we've seen the wizards, and we have the order of astrologers here. When shuffling, you may pick one card per favor you spend to go on top of the deck. So you could top deck cards, provided you have favors, you get favors from the student here. And you could top deck multiple cards if you have multiple favors. Alright, so the kingdom here has no buy. There is some gain in the conjurer, which is below the student, and stonemason can gain. There is trashing via temple, but the kingdom looks fairly dry in my first estimation here. There are colonies and platinum on the board, so you do have to build something reasonable with peddlers perhaps, and then buy a platinum or two and then hit colonies. That really seems to be how we want to do things here. We need to trash, so we start with the student. Of course, you know, Lich is king. So we want to start with the student, and I start with a silver as well. Mollo8 here starts with a temple, which I understand, and a dungeon, presumably to get around to the temple more quickly so they could trash more quickly. I'm fine with trashing slowly with the student. I won't even be that slow because the student top decks itself here. Alright, so now I have a choice of whether to trash the estate or not, and I rotate away, I rotate into conjurer. I want to get the Lich as soon as possible. I buy a dungeon here, that could have been a silver. Mollo trashes with the temple, passes it back to me. This one, maybe a silver. It could also be just a village for the peddlers, yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. Village for the peddlers here. Dungeon comes out and Mollo gains a conjure. Now, at this point in the game, I had no idea what the conjurer was for. I didn't see anything good to gain with the conjurer. So I was happy to see them pick up the conjurer. I buy a dungeon here. I play my dungeon. I get up to trading post. I get rid of the village there because I wanted to make sure I hit 5 for the trading post. Dungeon and silver is very good to get to 5. If I kept the village, I may have drawn into an estate and been very sad. Alright, so I have all the pieces I need for trashing at this point. Mollo conjures up another dungeon, buys another village. All this seems fine in terms of getting to peddlers. I get another dungeon there. 2 dungeons should serve me well for the rest of this game. 5 for Mollo gets a trading post. Alright, so my trading post comes out. Turn 2 coppers into a silver. I trash a copper with the student. And I will buy a guardian here, not because there's an attack, but because I get money next turn. And I go ahead and I top deck a dungeon. Could have top deck the trading post maybe there, but I went for the dungeon because I didn't have any in play. Alright, so back to Mollo. Continues trashing with the temple, which is fine. The conjurer, they conjure up another village and buy a peddler here. I'm not really sure why they have this many villages, but they do. I have a bit of an uncomfortable situation here with respect to the trashing. Eventually I figure out that can trash with the student, rotate the pile, and still buy a sorcerer, which would junk Mollo a little bit, hopefully slow them down a little bit. Alright, so we have the sorcerer in deck now. The conjurer comes out for them. No, it goes into the hand. They were just in between turns there, kind of. Village, village, village. Lots of villages. So they will be able to get the peddlers, fine, right? That's guaranteed at this point. Cheaply is what I mean. Conjurer conjures another village. I don't know why, but that will happen for the rest of this game. They will conjure up the whole village pile. Alright, so they got another peddler. They are ahead on the peddler split, which is not super important. I would like to get some of them but I don't need to get a whole bunch of them, you know? At some point, you might prefer gold or platinum to peddler. Here we're just for peddler is probably the best choice. I rotate to Lich. Maybe I can buy a Lich this turn. Lich is the best. Lich is the best card from the expansion. Not really, but I like it a little too much. Okay, so Mollo goes ahead, gets their dungeons and villages in play. So their deck is under control. They'll be able to buy a peddler turn from here, which is not impressive, but what else are you doing? Here, 6. They are ahead on the deck development. They could buy a gold here. I think gold is good for their deck. Is up to them. They could also buy the Lich first, which I'm not happy about, but they make an interesting play here. They go for the Stonemason into more villages. Again, I wasn't confused, but the Stonemason is a card, and you'll see what happens here with that Stonemason in the end game. Alright, 7 is time for a Lich for me here. I don't have any concrete plans with the Lich. It's new, it's shiny. We buy the Lich. And we buy the Lich first. I could gain that temple out from the trash and, you know, get some victory points. Alright, trading post. Conjurer comes up with a village. And here Stonemason trashes a village. No, trashes a silver to gain a couple guardians. So they will be defended from my sorcerer for the rest of the game here. And they pick up yet another peddler. So we probably will go ahead and empty the peddlers until we get to a point where we can buy platinum. I trash the Lich here, which means I get a silver and I get something from trashing the Lich. I'll take the temple for the 2 points. This is not particularly good. It's just, you know, fun to do because you have a Lich. Things you do because you have a Lich. Alright, over to Mollo. Let's see if they could get up to platinum here. They are ahead in the money situation because, you know, they don't have nonsense like Liches in their deck. They have good cards like peddlers and silver at this point. Conjurer comes out. Stonemason trashes a copper 5, not quite gold, but enough for peddler, of course, when it costs 1. Why not? Sorcerer is blocked, will be blocked for the majority of this game. Moving on here. And village, I trash the Lich again so I can pick up a silver from the bin. I really shouldn't be picking up silver. I should be looking to add gold. Platina to the deck. Silver isn't a great card in a deck with no draw. Okay, there's draw with Lich, but you do that in a pinch or if it's the last turn of the game, right? So now, let's take stock of the deck situation for both of us here. Mollo crucially has some gains. They have a Conjurer and they have a Stonemason, and the Stonemason is more impactful than the Conjurer because it has a wider range. It can gain many more things than the Conjurer. Another peddler for Mollo. That's fine. We keep buying peddlers here for a few turns, so I have some time. I have some time to talk. Nothing exciting is happening here. I guess I'm on cumbersome hands here with the student. I don't want to play it, but I also don't want to trash it. I decided to trash it because I could always pick it back up with the Lich if I need to. 8 is not quite 9. I would have really liked 9 here, but I don't have 9. So instead, I'm going to get a gold. Another play. Oh, never mind. Not the gold. A peddler. Another play that I could have made there is Stonemason for 2 Liches. Not because I want more Liches in the deck, but because the Stonemason is an important card for gaining here. We have expensive things in the kingdom that are easy to gain that we could trash with the peddler, with the Stonemason. So the Stonemason could trash the peddler into 2 gold, for instance. The Stonemason could trash the Lich for 2 duchies, and you get the Lich back. And if you've trashed that peddler before, the Lich can recover the peddler. No, it can't recover the peddler, but it can recover something else that you've trashed as well. The thing you recover from the trash has to be costing less than the Lich. So there is some scope for Stonemason tricks here, but somehow I worked myself into a position where I don't have a Stonemason, and I also don't have a platinum to show for it at this point. I'm just worse in all fronts except the Lich front. I have less peddlers as well. The villages I don't care about. I have 1, that's enough. I get up to 10, I get platinum first, so okay, I feel happy about that at least. The villagers are done, so I'm not sure what the conjurer will conjure for Mollo now. Maybe they end up trashing it with their trading post or something. I'm not sure. But I was secretly hoping through these few turns here that they trashed either their stonemason or conjurer with the trading post so I could pick it back up from the trash with the lich. But Mollo is more clever than that. They do not give me an opportunity to get a gainer into my deck. They probably realized, hang on, this scrub is restricted to one gain per turn. I mean, okay, I gain silvers with the trading post, but I mean, I only gain silver with this trading post. So yeah, I'm stuck with no gain per turn. So when it comes down to the end game, you know, if you go colony, 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 they could do colony, trash, peddler for 2 duchies, and then what can you do, Mister No Gain? Nothing. No brain, no gain. Okay, so they continue along here with the army of villagers and army of peddlers. I think they pick up the last peddler here. I'm not sure. Because they have colony money, so they could buy the colony if they want. If they want, they could buy the colony. But they don't have to. Their deck is better than mine. They have 6 peddlers already, and there's 1 left, which means I only have the 3 peddlers. Not good. Not good. They do need to keep our guardian and play at all times, but they are able to do that easily. They got another platinum here, and that platinum scared me. If they went for the colony there, I would feel more comfortable. But I know what that second platinum is for. I get a colony here to start greening, to start forcing the issue, but that second platinum, it looks like a platinum, but it's secretly 2 provinces with our stonemason. And I don't have any gains, and I can't stop now and pick up a gain. Right? I don't have the time. Like, I lost all my tempo for gaining already. I just have to hope they trash the conjurer or the stonemason and I pick it up from the trash with the lich, but they never give me an opportunity to do that here. All the peddlers come out, so they definitely have the colony if they wanted. They've seen all the cards in their deck, obviously retaining the important one. Here's the stonemason. The trading post goes away. They get another guardian and another dungeon. I think they choose to no, they get those 2 things, and here they go for yeah. Here you're going to see it, right? Here's the nice clean end game play from Mollo here. They go for stonemason. No, not this is not the stonemason yet. I'm jumping ahead. They buy colony here. They buy colony. I think they do it next turn or 2 turns from now. They just go ahead and buy colony. Right? Yeah. Drop the platinum by the colony. You have to because I've started. Yeah. And then the guardian comes into play there. Very good. Okay. So over to me now. Not a great looking turn, and it doesn't get much better, to be honest. This village doesn't draw anything useful. Draws that stupid temple that I picked up with the lich. I will not play the temple to trash a silver. Perhaps I should to get rid of the silver from the deck, but I am not going to. 8 is still a useful number here. I could, for instance, stonemason into 2 liches if I want. I could buy province if I want. I don't really want to buy the province. I would much rather buy colony. So I am going to go ahead finally and get a stonemason for 2 liches. So now I have the stonemason in the deck. I have 2 platina. Feel a lot better. I have some gain finally. So maybe I won't get outplayed in the end game because of the lack of gain. They have more gains than me still with this conjurer, as you see here. Alright, here's the play. Here's the setup. Alright, I didn't buy points last turn. So they go ahead stonemason for lich. They didn't buy a lich all game except now. Why? Why did they do that? Well, they will show us right now. And here, you see I discarded the lich. I should have thought more carefully about it, because I am about to get piled out on stonemason, king of piles. Once again, flexing its muscle. Check this out. This is cute. This is clever. This is very good endgame play from Mollo with my favorite card from the expansion, Lich. Demonstrate Mollo8, the power of the Lich. So they draw through as much as they can draw through, right? Many, many cards. Now, let's see the play here. Lich gets played, will skip our turn, but they draw a bunch of cards with it. They draw definitely both their Platina, both their Stonemasons. Now they have the actions, of course, to play it. They didn't need 10 villages, but they have ample actions to play both Stonemasons, and the win is already there. I see it. I see it. Obviously, the play does not start with trashing a Conjurer. 2 Stonemason plays is 4 gains. Conjurer gains another card, and then they still have their buy to gain another card. 6 gains. Can finish the game with a points lead. Well played in the end here, making use of Lich draw. I never use Lich draw, so I lost, but I'm excited to see Lich draw do something here. And that is how game 1 ends. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.